Welcome to the virtual public hearing with in-person option for the proposed improvements to the Inspiration Road Military Parkway Loop from Interstate Highway 2 to FM 1016 in the city of Mission, Hidalgo County, Texas. My name is Luana Gonzalez with LNG Engineering, and I am here on behalf of the City of Mission and the Texas Department of Transportation. This presentation has been pre-recorded. We appreciate you taking the time to participate in this virtual public hearing with an in-person option. Please note that you can pause this presentation at any time to take more time to view the slides. Thank you for joining us. With safety being a priority at TxDOT, I would like to take a moment to share a message. November 7, 2000 was the last deathless day on roadways in Texas. That means that for over 23 years, at least one person has died every single day. We all have a part to play to change that. This message is that reminder to end the streak of deaths on Texas highways. We need drivers and passengers to act more responsibly and help us reach our goal of 0 deaths by 2050. Texans can play a major role in ending fatal crashes with a few simple driving habits. Wear seatbelts. Drive the speed limit. Put away the phone and other distractions, and never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs. So please do your part and share this message with your friends and family. This is a local government-sponsored project being developed by the City of Mission in cooperation with the Texas Department of Transportation, or TxDOT. This project is funded with local, state, and federal funds. Because this project has federal funds, TxDOT is required to assess the potential environmental effects of the proposed project in accordance with federal standards. The City of Mission selected LNG Engineering through the procurement process to prepare the schematics, environmental documentation, and assist in conducting the public involvement activities. The City of Mission will be responsible for right-of-way acquisition and to complete the plans, specifications, and estimates for the project. Upon completion of these tasks, the city can receive bids for construction of the proposed project. The proposed project is anticipated to be programmed with both state and federal funds. Because of this, TxDOT is required to assess the potential environmental effects of the proposed project in accordance with federal standards. The process that is followed is called the National Environmental Policy Act process, otherwise known as NEPA. The NEPA process provides analysis of the potential impacts to the natural and man-made environment and helps the decision makers to make an informed decision on whether to proceed with the project. On December 9, 2019, TxDOT received a signed memorandum of understanding from the Federal Highway Administration that permits TxDOT to assume responsibility from the Federal Highway Administration for reviewing and approving certain assigned NEPA projects. This review and approval process applies to this project. The topics of discussion for this virtual public hearing with in-person option will include the following: the purpose of the public hearing, the project limits, the need for and purpose of the proposed improvements, a description of the proposed project, a description of the environmental studies, a description of the right-of-way acquisition process, the next steps in project development, and how to provide comments. This public hearing is being offered in 2 formats, virtually and in person. The virtual public hearing will provide the same information as the in-person hearing. All project information can be found online at www.missiontexas.us or at www.texdot.gov. Keyword Inspiration Road Military Parkway Loop. The in-person public hearing will be held Wednesday, April 26, 2023, from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at Leal Elementary School cafeteria. 318 South Los Ebanos Road, Mission, Texas 78572. The public will be able to provide and leave oral comments and/or ask questions during the in-person public hearing. The purpose of this virtual public hearing with in-person option is to encourage and maintain effective communication with the public and provide project-specific information as it relates to the proposed improvements to Inspiration Road Military Parkway Loop in the City of Mission, Hidalgo County. Your input and comments are an important part of this process, and we encourage you to provide comments on this project. As I mentioned earlier, your continued participation throughout the planning and development of the project is very important. You're encouraged to talk to your neighbors, refer them to the City of Mission and/or TxDOT so they can also make comments and be included in this process. The Inspiration Road Military Parkway Loop project is from Interstate Highway 2 to FM 1016 in the City of Mission, Hidalgo County, Texas, a length of approximately 4.5 miles. The map shown here depicts the general location of the project. The project is located in the southern limits of Mission. The improvements would be to widen from a 2-lane rural roadway to a 4-lane divided urban roadway. The project is needed because of an increase in population and associated residential and industrial developments in the project area has resulted in congestion and decreased mobility. The purpose of the project is to reduce congestion and increase safety and mobility. As mentioned earlier, the limits of the proposed Inspiration Road Military Parkway Loop are from I-2 to FM 1016, a length of 4.5 miles. The scope of the proposed project is to widen and reconstruct the existing 2-lane rural roadway to an urban divided roadway with 4 travel lanes, a continuous left turn lane, shoulders, and sidewalks. An underground storm drain system would handle storm water runoff from the project. The proposed project would include a new outfall, the regrading of an existing outfall, incidental construction on Military Parkway, west of Inspiration Road, from County Road 2791 to Inspiration Road, 3 intersections, County Road 2791, Inspiration Road, and West Military Road, would be realigned to improve safety, provide direct north-south T intersections, and eliminate an existing curve. And at the Los Ebanos Road intersection, a transition would be provided. The proposed improvements along Inspiration Road from approximately 220 feet south of the I-2 frontage road to Military Parkway would be to widen the existing 2-lane roadway to a 4-lane divided urban roadway within an existing 60 to 140 foot wide right-of-way and a proposed right-of-way of 80 to 140 feet wide. The proposed roadway would consist of a varying 64 to 84 foot wide curb and gutter roadway consisting of 4 11 to 14 foot wide travel lanes, 2 0 to 10 foot wide shoulders, a 12 to 16 foot wide continuous left turn lane, and 5 to 6 foot wide sidewalks on both sides of the roadway, a length of 2.5 miles. On Military Parkway, west of Inspiration Road, from County Road 2791 to Inspiration Road, a transition would be provided. From Inspiration Road to FM 1016, Military Parkway would be widened from an existing 2-lane roadway to a 4-lane divided urban roadway within an existing 120 to 150 foot wide right-of-way and a proposed right-of-way of 120 to 200 feet wide. The proposed roadway would consist of an 84 foot wide curb and gutter section consisting of 4 12-foot wide travel lanes, 1 16-foot wide continuous left turn lane, 2 10-foot wide shoulders, and a 6-foot wide sidewalk on both sides of the roadway, with the exception of the section of the levees, which would include a 5-foot wide sidewalk along the north side only, a length of 2 miles. Since the proposed project would utilize state and federal funds, it is required to adhere to NEPA. As part of the environmental process, technical analysis were completed to document the potential environmental impacts of the project. The resource categories studied include air quality, biological resources, including threatened and endangered species and their habitat, community impacts, water resources, including waters of the U.S. and wetlands, cultural resources studies, which includes archaeological and historical resources, hazardous materials, traffic noise analysis, indirect and cumulative impacts, and parklands protected under Section 4F of the Department of Transportation Act and Chapter 26 of the Parks and Wildlife Code. The technical reports and the draft environmental assessment are available for review upon request at the City of Mission offices and TxDOT FAR District Office. All environmental documentation was developed in accordance with NEPA, TxDOT, and FHWA standards. The proposed project would require approximately 39 acres of new right-of-way, 19.3 acres for the roadway, and 19.7 acres for the drainage outfall. Potential displacements include 1 commercial structure. No residential displacements are anticipated. Also, the proposed project requires a U.S. Army Corps of Engineers nationwide permit for the discharge of dredged or fill material into waters of the United States, including wetlands. The proposed project would require taking right-of-way from the Benson Palm Community Park. The city-owned park is located approximately 0.7 miles south of Mile 1 South Road. The park consists of a 54.298 acre tract of land that includes a 2-mile walking trail, baseball, softball fields, basketball, tennis courts, restrooms, playgrounds, and a pond with a pier. Approximately 0.4 acres of right-of-way would be taken from the park. 14 palm trees would be relocated within the park, and 0.45 miles of the walking trail would be removed and replaced. No recreational structures associated with the park will be impacted. A de minimis determination is anticipated for this use under Section 4F of the Department of Transportation Act of 1966 regarding the impacts of the project on the park property. A Section 4F de minimis finding means that the proposed project would not adversely affect the activities, features, or attributes that qualify the park for protection under Section 4F. The City of Mission and TxDOT will consider comments received during the environmental process before making a final Section 4F de minimis determination. Public comments on the effects of the proposed project on the activities, features, or attributes of Benson Palm Community Park may be submitted as described at the end of this presentation. The project would require portions of the City of Mission's hike and bike trail to be realigned. The hike and bike trail is an approximately 5-mile long trail with a parking lot and 2 pedestrian bridges that begins at Nature Park on FM 1016 and ends near the World Birding Center on FM 2062. A half-mile section of the trail would be realigned at the Inspiration Road Military Parkway intersection, then along the Irrigation Canal. The trail would be made whole. The red line on the map shown here is the proposed alignment. A de minimis determination is anticipated for this use under Section 4F of the Department of Transportation Act of 1966 regarding the impacts of the project on the hike and bike trail. The City of Mission and TxDOT will consider comments received during the environmental process before making a final Section 4F de minimis determination. Public comments on the effects of the proposed project on the activities, features, or attributes of Mission Hike and Bike Trail may be submitted as described at the end of this presentation. The proposed project would require widening and reconstructing approximately 0.7 miles of the roadway on top of the International Boundary and Water Commission, or IBWC, Lower Rio Grande Valley Flood Control System levee on the land side, away from the levee face and the floodway. This levee was previously determined by IBWC to be eligible for listing in the National Register of Historic Places, or the NRHP, in conjunction with the State Historic Preservation Officer. TxDOT historians determined the proposed changes would have no adverse effect to the NRHP eligible flood control system, and that it meets the requirements for a Section 4F de minimis impact finding. The right-of-way acquisition process will follow federal and state laws and policies. The Uniform Relocation Assistance and Real Property Acquisitions Policy Act of 1970, known as the Uniform Act, is a federal law that is followed for appraisals, negotiations, and relocation of families and/or businesses. Hard copies of the right-of-way brochures and property owner's Bill of Rights will be available at the right-of-way table at the in-person public hearing and are also available at the City of Mission or TxDOT websites. The City of Mission is the agency responsible for acquiring the additional right-of-way from the individual property owners for the project. TxDOT will ensure that the local public agency acquires all real property in accordance with the provisions of Title III of the Uniform Act and its associated federal regulations, 49 CFR Part 24. All negotiations for right-of-way conducted are subject to this law and these regulations. Relocation booklets, which provide a general overview of the Relocation Assistance Program and outlines the services offered and any payments for which displaced individuals, families, businesses, and nonprofit organizations may be eligible to receive, are available for download on the City of Mission and TxDOT websites at the addresses listed on the screen. The Inspiration Road Military Parkway Loop project is listed in the Rio Grande Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization's Metropolitan Transportation Plan and the 2023 to 2026 Transportation Improvement Program, or TIP, in fiscal year 2026 for right-of-way and compensable utilities. The next step in project development is to review and evaluate all the comments received during the comment period. Project development will continue by finalizing the design and obtaining environmental clearance. Environmental clearance is expected to be received by the fall of 2023. The City of Mission has executed an advanced funding agreement with TxDOT. Once environmental clearance is issued and the right-of-way map is complete, the City of Mission would begin acquiring the necessary right-of-way with TxDOT oversight. During that time, the project construction plans would be finalized. Once right-of-way acquisition and design is complete, the project can go to construction. The total project cost is estimated to be $27,029,683 and slated for construction in fiscal year 2027. However, it can be forwarded within the TIP 2023 to 2026 years. The City of Mission and TxDOT are committed to continuing efforts to gain public feedback on this project. I understand that the comment process is slightly different on this virtual public hearing. Therefore, I will take a moment to discuss how comments can be submitted. A comment form can be downloaded and printed from the City of Mission's website at www.missiontexas.us or from TxDOT website at www.txdot.gov. Keyword Inspiration Road Military Parkway Loop. Your comments can be submitted by mail, email, fax, or you can leave a voicemail. If you attend the in-person hearing, forms will be provided and the public will be able to provide verbal comments and/or ask questions of the staff. Be sure to submit your comments by May 10th, 2023, which is 15 days after the posting of this virtual public hearing video presentation. The forms can be mailed to City of Mission, attention J.P. Terrazas, P.E., RPIC, 1201 East 8th Street, Mission, Texas, 78572. Emailed to jpterrazas@missiontexas.us. Fax to attention J.P. Terrazas, P.E., RPIC at 956-580-8768. You can also leave a voicemail at 956-565-6458. You may also access the project website by scanning this QR code with your electronic device. Responses to comments received will be made part of the public hearing summary report and will be on file and available for inspection at the City of Mission and TxDOT offices and on the web once they have been prepared. We appreciate your understanding with this comment process. We encourage the public to stay informed. Schematics will be available on the City of Mission and TxDOT websites to view project information in more detail. The public may call or email project staff during regular office hours at any time during the project development process to ask questions or if you would like additional information. Please contact J.P. Terrazas, P.E., RPIC, or Damian Tijerina, P.E., L&G Engineering Project Manager, at the numbers listed on the screen. We want to thank the Mission Independent School District and the faculty and staff at Leal Elementary School for allowing us to use their facility for the Inspiration Road Military Parkway Loop Open House in-person option. We appreciate your time today and encourage you to stay engaged. Please remember to submit your comments by Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. Thank you for watching and participating in this very important virtual public hearing. This concludes our presentation.